The television on the wall behind us was tuned in to CNN, the sound off. McVeigh's face kept appearing every 10 minutes or so. We knew why we were there together. I no longer froze up when people asked me about Shepard. After months of shamed silence, I was finally able to talk about it without feeling embarrassed or awkward. John's sarcastic stories about his 3 exes often provided me with welcome relief from the silent grief and anger that gripped me. "Well," I said, eyeing McVeigh on the screen behind the bar, "the crisis of the day today is that Shepard seems to have lost Karis's favorite shoes. It's exhausting, shuttling a daughter between 2 households." I took a long drink of beer. He bought her those shoes to try to cheer her up when he announced to her that he had a girlfriend, and now he can't find them. She told me the other night that she hated her daddy for moving out. Sometimes I want to tell her I can't blame her. With these last words, I felt a brief wave of satisfaction pass through me. It would hurt Shepard to know that she had said this. I wanted him to hurt. I had long ago realized that my hatred for McVeigh had found its milder companion in my distaste for my soon-to-be ex. "Sorry about that," John said. "I'm glad I didn't have children to deal with through my many breakups. It's tough." His ex-wives all lived somewhere else. They never saw each other. I told him I envied that distance. "Think they'll finally do it?" I asked him at last, looking over John's shoulder at McVeigh's face on another television, the penitentiary in the background. "I hope so, just to get the damn thing off the news. It's a circus." He then told me a story, his sarcastic wit in rare form, about his Oklahoma relatives who had actually wanted to see the execution on closed-circuit television. John said they planned to have a few friends over for a barbecue to celebrate. I told John my sister Verity was most likely protesting at the penitentiary as we spoke. We sat in silence for a moment. John glanced at the television and then looked back at me, smiling. "I hope you can find Karis's shoes. I feel for her." "Yeah, me too." I grinned slightly, then paused to drink more beer. "Hey, John, you don't happen to know whether or not people wear shoes or socks or house shoes or bare feet or whatever when they're executed, do you?" "Well, sister, you got me there. Let's think about it." He was a Native American religious history professor at Yale. I could see him putting on his history hat. Barefoot seems too crude, too bodily. People won't want to be reminded that he's a regular person with ugly feet. Shoes strikes me as too formal. They would lend him an air of dignity. Not good. House shoes maybe, but they seem a little too homey for people's comfort. Too domestic for a public killing. I bet he'll wear socks. White socks. Thick, white, athletic socks. Yes, that would be my guess. "I bet you're right," I said, just to say something. We left the bar around 7, and I walked home alone. The lowering sun was just beginning to cast a light orange glow over New Haven, and the evening air felt damp. The sky was darkening on its western edge, and the wind had picked up. A summer storm. It would be raining by morning, and I felt colder than I had ever felt on the coldest, windiest Oklahoma winter day. I passed by the hill I loved to climb to see the harbor's open air and to think of Oklahoma. The beer had left me too lazy to go up, but visions of the sky above the southwestern plains loomed large in my mind nonetheless. I looked up and saw the storm clouds coming closer. When we were kids, my sisters and I would sometimes huddle together on an old workbench that sat on the back porch of our house and watch storm clouds gather at a distance. We could see almost 10 miles out across the open wheat fields. In early summer, the storms could be fierce.